And good evening to everyone. As we can tell, serious storms are starting to roll into the area. Although we do not have a thunderstorm warning of any sort, that doesn't matter at this point. We've got some very, very strong thunderstorms coming in as we got the latest message from the National Weather Service stating that a strong thunderstorm will impact eastern Jasper, Clark, and Lauderdale counties through about 2:15. So we have 25 minutes remaining on this threat as it makes its way. Doppler radar indicated at 1:34, just a little bit ago, that the storm was near zero or near meridian, moving southeast at 15 miles an hour. The thing that concerns us about this, and we're already getting reports of it, it has 50-mile-an-hour winds involved with this. What does that mean? It can knock down trees and power lines very easily and will be without power. Now, we're already getting a report, and let's go to our friends at Clark County Hot Topic are reporting the first tree that is down. Let's pull this up where you can see this. This is going to be on Highway 513 near McKenzie Apartments. Let's pull this up. Let me show you this. This is across the roadway there, and I got the wrong button pushed as usual. Here we go. This is what we're looking at. That's a large tree. And as we'll look at this second picture here, power crews are on the scene as you see power lines down. That does affect travel in that area. Again, that's Highway 513 is where that is this afternoon. If you encounter anything like that, please let us know as we can pass this along to others. Now, one thing that we want to really be concerned about, as always, every time that one of these storms come up, we have accident after accident. If you're anywhere in the Meridian area, Clark County, and you can put off traveling for a little while, please do so. Let's pull up Meridian Honda radar and show you areas of concern. We've got several places here in Lauderdale County that we want to watch. All right, let's start out here. The West Lauderdale area is getting heavy, heavy rain. But let's just go just south of Meridian. Clark County, y'all be ready for this. This is strong, and we've got points that it's already showing here. Although we have heavy rain up here in this northern portion, this southeastern portion of the county is by far the worst, and look the worst that we've got. And look at the lightning hits that we're getting right now. This is to the ground. This is not, okay, we think there's lightning in the sky. If you looked at that picture I posted just a few moments ago from Anderson's Hospital, this would be looking south toward this area here where these lightning strikes are hitting. Now, lightning is very dangerous. For no reason do you need to be outside near a tree, anything that can conduct metal. We want you to be okay. Now, let's turn on locations now and look at this. First, let's see here as we go back and forth on this. Let's look at our locations of where this is going to be headed to. Acting up there. There we go. All right, let's turn on locations where we can see this a little bit better, where we are and what's happening here. Now, to give you a point of reference, this is Southeast High School right here. This is the Lauderdale County Agri Center. You go just out 19, just a little ways. You're going to come up on Southeast there. And if you'll see, look at the lightning that is just to the south of the school. All right, that was at 1:42. This struck and hit the ground about 10 minutes ago. Another one here, 12 minutes. That was about the same time. That was a thunder boomer at one time, 1:48. This was 4 minutes ago. And this is getting really close as we look at that 1:45 right here. If you'll look at this location, that's going to be the Causeyville ball field. Look just east of there where all these lightning strikes are hitting here. 1:44 was some time. 1:52, that just struck. And as you'll pull in on this, here's the ball field, Causeyville Road. And this is going to be just west of this driveway here off of Causeyville Road. It's a lot of that. Now, let me do something so we won't have to, if y'all heard that little pop there in the background, let me turn something off where we won't hear that the entire time that we're doing this. Let's go back to radar now and pull this up. We show here at the Causeyville Baptist Church, extremely heavy rains coming down. Y'all be careful with that. Now, as we come across the county, it is one lightning bolt after another. Let's move back over here. And what we're going to see is this picks up right here on Highway 19 in between Owls, the Rock House Trading Post, and the back porch, in between that area and Walmart. If you've got to go north toward West Lauderdale area, wait a few moments here. Wait in a parking lot somewhere. Pull off the road. As we get to the downtown area and we go past Highland Park and we get to the hospitals, here's 14th Street right here where Anderson's and Rush is. Just due south, we come down 22nd Avenue. right past Joe's at SMI, past the Children's Center. And as we go out 22nd Avenue Heights and Highway 145, the intensity in between the interstate and roughly 1 mile out is going to be horrendous as you try to make your way up this hill toward the Evangel Temple. It's raining so hard you can barely see. I suggest if there's any way that you can stop here at the store, wait this out a few moments. Don't travel south. Let's let this pass so that you'll be safe. As Bonnie says, she drove 30 miles an hour on Highway 39 just a little bit ago to get through all of this. Yeah. Near Mathis Produce, lightning very hard there, Roy says. The Raleigh-Smith County, watching there. Thank you, Melissa. We appreciate that. Vimville, the lightning is scary. Bad had one strike a tree 5 feet from me in the car in my driveway. That's Ashton Dickerson. Be careful out there. Gloria tells us severe thunderstorm, lightning, and rain on George Road. That's the battlefield area. Power is on and off. Bonnie Rose says she just drove through it toward the cab as we look here. Samantha said she heard some things popping. That would be that lightning that's close to there. Getting tongue twisted later in the day, aren't I? Raining hard in the Bowling Creek, Long Creek area. Watching from the Beehive there in Marion. We appreciate that. Power out in Stonewall. And as we bring this up, there's bound to be power off. I have not looked yet. Let's pull here and let's check out what we have going on here. And we do. We're showing that quite a lot of people are without power now in the Stonewall area. We've got some in DeKalb. We've got a few in Collinsville. Let's look at this where you can see. As we look at DeKalb, there's around 50 people. We'll look at the counties here first. As we look here, we've got 1,123 in Clark County, 51 in Kemper County, 19 in Lauderdale County without power. So let's go back to this map as we look here. Again, that's roughly about 50 people here. As we go north, northwest, and we'll look at this area here. Here's Highway 397. This is going to be just due east of there. This is where this is. This is Kemper Lake right here. It's just due north of Kemper Lake. Now, as we back out and we come back down toward Lauderdale County, we'll see some mismatched stuff. Around Meehan, 9 people. We've got 5 people right off of here where we were talking about the lightning strikes out in off of 19 there near southeast. Here is where the big storm is, where we see those trees that are knocked down that we just showed you a few moments ago. 1,123 people in the Stonewall Enterprise area without power, as you'll see there. Now, I can tell you now that EMEPA has crews dispersed, and they're headed in that direction to return power. Be careful. Now, let's go back to radar. We got some storms that are popping up here in Lauderdale County and directly headed. Wrong button. Here we go. Right here. Let's look at where this is headed. Sable, Roy, y'all have this in roughly 20 minutes from now. As you'll look at this, this is going to be where Greg's Fireworks is. It's just barely due east of there, and this is headed straight for Clarkdale. If you're in the Clarkdale area, I want you to look at this right here at the Evangel Temple, how bad this is. And that's roughly about a 2-mile area that drifts all the way out here to, we even have some areas there at Long Creek in this. And this is headed toward Mathis Peaches. Y'all will have this storm before long. I want you to be careful and know that this is en route your way. Now, we have a second storm as we close that has already entered Clark County, and we'll look at this. This is the front edge of this. That's the heart of it here at the Evangel Temple that is headed south. And as we look at this, this is moving southward, and this is already into Clark County, the front edge of this storm. It's at Middleton now. We'll be there in 10 minutes, rather, and it will reach the Sykes community within 25 minutes. This is some of the worst rain that we've seen in quite some time that has popped up. We look right here over in Snell at the Volunteer Fire Department on 514. It is rough. It will get worse before it gets better, is what I have to say to you. Let's zoom in on this area here that is so bad. This is Crescent Lake. If you live near Crescent Lake, right in that area, be on your weather awareness as we watch this weather roll through. Make sure we haven't gotten any messages. And again, we watch all of this to make sure. We want to make sure no accidents happen. Let me see here what we got here. A special weather statement. We do have that already. All right, now to give you points of reference, here's Mount Pleasant Missionary Baptist Church sitting here. Here's actual Crescent Lake right here. Here's the Evangel Temple on top of the hill, Tower Hill as they call it. We'll look just to from here as you come out, right over here. This is going to be at the ball field, Long Creek ball field. Y'all are getting part of this as it moves here. Pleasant Hill Baptist Church, tons of rain there. And again, this is the worst that we've got showing up in Lauderdale County right now. This is on top of Highway 45 bypass and old Highway 145. You know, you get past here and you get on down to where the Dollar General is. About right there is where the Dollar General sits, and then Greg's, and then the further south you go, the water department sitting right in there as well. The further south we go, the heavier that rain is as well. It doesn't lighten up any. Now, the good news is if you're sitting at the Girl Scouts right now, it's raining hard, but this is passing. Southeast, it's starting to get a little bit better. The Boy Scouts still heavy, but all of this, when you get to Rodney's, it's still raining hard, but it does lighten up a little bit toward that Bama state line. But if you go due south anywhere from downtown Meridian, from southeast, from 19, it only gets worse. Now, I wanted to bring back up here in Lauderdale County. Let's go back up here at Lauderdale. This is serious stuff and into Kemper County. Dalewood, y'all are getting a tremendous lot of rain. Not as bad as there at the Evangel Temple, but it is rough. We see that, and this is going to be here at the Sefco. And again, it wouldn't hurt if you're traveling north. You've got somebody watching the weather for you. Pull over at the Sefco and wait this out a minute. The parking lot is big. You can wait there at the Dollar General, or you can pull over in front of Ralph's place there. There's plenty of places there to park and wait this storm out. Now, as we get into Kemper County, right after you cross that line, as you drop off into 2 Mile Bottom, this is going to be Townsend Road right in here. This stretch in between 2 Mile Bottom and the Chicken Shack raining hard here. The further north we go, almost to the city limits of Scuba there, but out at Baca Valley, all of this area, this land here, and this right over here is going to be the old furniture place, Midland Manufacturing, and then due east of there, back toward Alabama, toward Highway 17 and Kim Waste, the rain intensifies through the backwoods, all across Baca Valley as we reach Highway 17 there. Now, light rain at Giles, not too bad there as we look at that. Scuba got a sprinkler, too. We do have some showers popping up over here right on Highway 16 in eastern Neshoba County, and this will stretch all the way in Neshoba County right up to the Indian Mounds right there at Winston County, Nanawaya, that area right there, heavy rain pouring down. Just east here of Rosebud Quick Stop, as we look at this, as we come across here from Neshoba County into Leake, we got some showers there. We move south. Newton, not so bad right now, but as we dive off into Jasper County, as it was mentioned in that forecast, it's pouring. Montrose, Highway 15, any of that area south of Newton, Mississippi, be careful. Now, these are the areas that this storm is headed toward, and will be at McNeil within 14 minutes. A second storm that we're watching right here. Now, there's not any named places, but if you'll notice, right there, sitting in the middle of it, is Lake Edens. Are you watching from Lake Edens? The front edge of this storm is headed directly toward y'all, which brings about a lot of rain, and it's going to be windy. Now, what we have not done since we started this broadcast on all this is, let's just go in here and turn on our severe weather. And let's look at our damaging wind path of what we got. And there it is. This is what has come across Clark County right in here and knocked down trees. This is what is approaching Lake Edens. Look at the wind involved with this. And then this out here in the eastern side of Lauderdale County, heavy and light wind. Not much in the West Lauderdale area so far, but we do have it all of this area. Let's zoom in on this. As you'll look at south of Meridian, all the way across the Evangel Temple, out to Long Creek, these areas out to Wyandotte, there is tons of heavy wind coming through. As the National Weather Service, up to about 50 miles an hour. Now, just due east of Cuba, Alabama, if you're following Highway 80 there, a lot of wind and rain there, and this is going to be affecting Whitfield if you're in that area. Now, let's turn off our wind monitor where we can see other things on the radar there. Let's turn that back off there, but as you'll see that, here's Demopolis. If you're taking 80 out of Cuba toward there, you're going to encounter a lot of rain. And then also, as you zoom in on this here, if you're traveling out of Livingston, Alabama, and on County Road 28 headed toward 80, it's going to be rough for a little while. Now, let's back out. Let's go back into Clark County. Quitman, maybe a light sprinkle as it approaches Jay's Taxidermy there. We watch all of this. And look at that right there at Rose Hill. Pouring rain. We've got heavy rain now in Enterprise. We've got that there on 59, just south of Dunn's Fall. we'll look at this western side. And right there at Harmony Baptist Church. Now, that's going to be in between there, making your way into Quitman there on Highway 18. That's pretty rough in that area as well. Just west of Shibuda Showers, and then we do have some headed towards Waynesboro. But the interesting fact of all of this is, at no point have we had a severe thunderstorm warning issued for any of these places as we look at this. Let's see what all we've got here. Making sure that was not an update on a storm. Fortunately, that was not. Hang on, and let's look at this, and let's go back and check a couple of things and see if we've gotten any more power outages than we had in the last few moments. Let me update everything. And we have had a little bit of an increase here. Clark County, as we pull this up, let's look at this, 1,132. I think it was a tad lower than that last time. As we look at this, 1,132 there, 43 people increase in Lauderdale County. And let's look at Kemper County back up this way. 51. 51 has remained the number there in Kemper County without power. And as you look at the map, it's still that Enterprise area, that substation right there just north of Quitman has taken a hit. Trees fall down. As you remember, we looked at all of that on the power lines there, and a mess, no doubt. All right, just double checking everything that we have here. Now let me go back and see what the National Weather Service is. They have passed along any other new information. This one, the last, let's see here. We talked about Clark County special weather statement. And let me just read this. A little of this is Forest County, which is due south of us. A strong thunderstorm will impact portions of southeastern Marion, Forest, Covington, Lamar, and southwestern Jones County. And this is the stuff coming out here headed that way for Hattiesburg. And by the time it reaches there, it's going to be about 40 miles an hour, where we have had it at 50-mile-an-hour winds through our area. So still strong as it makes its way south from my area. And we're not out of the woods just yet. We're still watching these storms very carefully. Making sure there's nothing new here. Right, we're still right where we were. Now let's go back to radar and 205. Let's do a hard reboot before we show this so we can make sure we have the most accurate information that there is available right there. Now, as we go back to Meridian Honda radar, we're still showing that heavy showers here in the southern portion of Lauderdale County. The Meridian area in the northern portion here out by 19 has cleared up. We've got a little bit of rain still occurring here from Dalewood all the way down through Toom-Suba, and that heavy rain hits right in here. We want to watch the wind. Y'all be careful with that. And as you'll see, the intensity's picked up right over here on Highway 80 in Alabama. We have one area here. If you'll notice, the pouring rain has dropped considerably over the last few moments. And that is good news. Right here is Long Creek Ball Field. And as you'll go here, and this is going to be, let's zoom in on this where you can see where it's raining the hardest here. This is Fisher Road, and that's going to be Frank Wilson Road. If you live on Frank Wilson Road right here, that's where the heaviest of showers that we've got in Lauderdale County is right now. And that's going to be due south of the Girl Scouts through the bushes, as we so to speak. Clearing up there. As we look there across Valley Road, looks better. Stuckey's Bridge, still rain. We got heavy rain from the fish camp back, and most of these areas don't need any more rain. As y'all all know, we've had so much that has been piling up, that's been flooding into these rivers in every place. Someone asked, am I on TV on this? No, because it's not a warning. We usually go live when there becomes a more serious threat of a warning to do that. We cover it. This is one of these, I know it's bad, and regardless of what the National Weather Service issues, you need to know a little bit more about it than we had there. Patsy says her daughter lives on County Road 350. Several questions about the TV. Harmony area. Let's see here. We have power in southern Kemper County. All right, easing up on Bynum Road across from Crescent Lake. That's good to hear. All right. As you see here, this is what we've got here. We follow this. Highway 15 is starting to break out of there. Now, this area in between these 2 points here in Jasper County. As you look, here's the lake, and as we look down, Beatrice. Not on you yet, but it's going to be there. Rose Hill, these areas getting a lot of rain. All through that area there. So be careful there. We'll follow this. And these storms here look to affect the Acme area here in the next 17 minutes is where this is going to be going due south. Heidelberg, you'll get your share of this too. Again, it's just light stuff right around the actual equipment area. It's all going to be concentrated in the northern portion of Clark County. All in this area here. And by far, right up in here, energy, these areas here getting the most rain. Now, again, as we did this update, just to give you a fair warning of what's out there, there is no actual warning issued at this time. I don't want to take this further than it really is, but still the same. It's heavy showers, it's heavy rain, and a lot of wind that has come through our area. I'll remain to watch this. We'll monitor this behind the scenes and let you know what comes about. If anything else becomes a threat, we'll go live. Let's put this in motion. We had some questions about it. Here's the big picture of how this storm is moving. As you can see, this is moving off to the southeast, that direction there. Let's look at the big picture here where you can see. See all that in Birmingham, they're getting it too. And we hit the play button there, all this moving to the southeast. So, reason to be careful. Clark County, you're going to get some more rain there as it makes its way across here. And that's the path it will take. Again, we'll keep you updated. Let me double check that we hadn't gotten any updates or anything any different from the National Weather Service. Nothing new there. And let's check our power outages one last time before we conclude this to let you know there. It looks like we still have the same. We're sitting at 1,132 people in Clark County without power, 51 in Kemper, and 43 in Lauderdale County is what we've got. Stonewall 513 going south, tree on power lines. Thank you, Helen. We appreciate that. Heavy rains on the interstate at Tumsuba. Hickory, not so bad. As we pull this up, as you'll look at this, Hickory, it's already passed that area there, so y'all are good. There's a small shower to the west of Union at this point. It's not going to be anything big deal brought with that. Our biggest areas of rain is in central Jasper County right now, southern Lauderdale County, moving into northern Clark County at this point. Again, no warnings. We'll monitor this and let you see that look there of radar of what we've got at this point. There it is. That's what we're looking at this afternoon. Again, we'll keep you up to date with the very latest of what's going on with the weather. Should a warning be issued, we'll come back and go live to follow it very closely, and I'll be here monitoring this, and we'll let you know what happens there. As Lisa said, heavy rains there at Lake Edens, pouring down rain, and I do believe that. Again, thank you for dropping by. We'll keep you posted with what happens with the weather. I won't hold you long since it's not a warning. That's a quick update of what we've got right now. We'll be back with more as we monitor this for you.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: